मृत्यवे ब्रह्म विद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च मंत्र नंबर 3। येन रूपं रसं गन्धं शब्दान् स्पर्शांश्च मैथुनान् एतेनैव विजानाति किमत्र परिशिष्यते। एतद्वै तत् स्वप्नान्तं जागरितान्तं चोभौ येनानुपश्यति महान्तं विभुमात्मानं मत्वा धीरो न शोचति। य इमं मद्वदं वेद आत्मानं जीवमन्तिकात् ईशानं भूतभव्यस्य न ततो विजुगुप्सते। एतद्वै तत् यः पूर्वं तपसो जातं अद्यः पूर्वमजायत गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्तं यो भूतेभिर्व्यपश्यत या प्राणेन सम्भवति अदितिर्देवतामयी गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्तीं या भूतेभिर्व्यजायत। As we saw, these mantras from 4 to 6, 7 onwards, they show in identity between individual and total at different levels, implying that there is no duality. Yaimam madhvadam veda atmanam jivamantikat. One knows oneself. The self which is karta bhokta as Ishanam bhuta bhavyasya, as Ishvara. That is na vijugupsate. This is the truth. So identity between Jiva and Ishvara. At the subtlest level, at the unmanifest level, I am one with Ishvara. Then these two mantras, 6th and 7th, Yah purvam tapaso jatam advyah purvam ajayata pravishya tishthantam yo guham pravishya tishthantam yo bhutebhir vyapashyata. One who sees oneself as this means sees oneself as Hiranyagarbha. Who is Hiranyagarbha? Purvam tapasaha jataha. You know, Purvam tapasaha jataha. Tapasa means Gnana Rupena jataha. Gnana Swarupena jataha. Okay. Prathama jataha. Gnanadi lakshana tapasaha. The Gnan, that which is after the lakshana of knowledge, means Brahman, Sarvagna, Chit Swarup Brahma. Tapasaha jataha, born from Brahman. Purvam jatam. Kim apeksha purvam?
So Prathamam is the first. Kimapeksha first with reference to this creation, with reference to manifestation. Ishvara is Bijavastha. Hiranyagarbha is Samashti Sukshma Avastha. So first Jatam and born before Panch Mahabhutas. And Guham, that Hiranyagarbha is Atma. Similarly, in this mantra 7, Hiranyagarbha is Atma is talked in a striling form. Hiranyagarbha is referred as 3, implying that now Hiranyagarbha is non-separate from Brahman. That is Pulling and Striling both. That means Brahman is both. That means Brahman is nothing. Is neither of them. Aham Puman, Aham Stri, such mantras are there in Vedas, Upanishad. But Ishvara Brahman is everything. So, equality of gender, Hindus need not be taught. Hindus know equality of gender. It is the Shastra. So, we call it Ishvara or Parameshwari. Parameshwara and Parameshwari. Amba Parameshwari bhajans are also there. And Shiva and Shakti are together. And therefore we find that Lakshmi and Vishnu are always together. Saraswati and Brahmaji are always together. Implying, in a way, Upadana Karana and Nimitta Karanam, and implying that both are one. Our Bhagavans appear to be married, but they are not married. It is not that concept of our marriage is applicable to them. If there are people of groups who say, okay, Rishis are married, Bhagavans are married, you must get married. Their dampatya is of different level, and your Chintu Muntu is a different level. Lilliput, you are talking of that level. Marriage is abhasa matram. And that for Ishvara, marriage is upadana karanam and nimitta karanam. Abhinna nimitta upadana karanam pratipadakam, or to say he is both. Therefore he is Ardhanarishvara. Now who is Aditi? Hiranyagarbha is referred as Aditi. Yeah, this pranayana is like Ramena. Ramena, Tritiya Vibhakti, third case. Third is instrument. Rathena gacchati, Padena gacchati goes by, so through, like goes by chariot, goes by feet. So ya pranena sambhavati. When she is born by prana? No. But then there is another usage of Tritiya Vibhakti called Itham Bhute Tritiya. This is like this. To indicate that Swarupa, we use the third case. Like Chakshusha Andaha. He is blind by eyes. It is not by eyes. If you say by eyes, then fellow can be blind by ears also. And blind by legs also. Then when you are blind, it is only eyes. Of course, some people have blindness, which is mental blindness. They don't see, they don't think, or they don't want to think. Dhritarashtra was blind, mentally blind. Your mentally blind means your cognition, your rationale, your objectivity is clouded by attachment, is clouded by some raga dveshas, is clouded by some prejudices and notions, is clouded by arrogance. I am right always. All that. But generally, Chakshusha Andaha, he is blind by eyes. Not means, Karuna. It is not in a sense of means. It is in a sense of Itham Bhute. This is how it is. Okay? So Aditi is not born by prana. Aditi itself is prana. Here pranena sambhavati means Hiranyagarbha Rupena Sambhav, who is an embodiment of Hiranyagarbha. So same Hiranyagarbha here becomes what? Strilinga. And what it is? Devata Mahi, Sarva, embodiment of all Devatas. Now understand here two things, well, let's say three. From the Purana standpoint of view, the Pauranic Kathas, Kashyap Rishi had two wives, Diti and Aditi. The mother of Devatas, means gods, is Diti. And mother of demons is Aditi. Rakshasa Mata is Aditi. Deva Mata is Diti. Now that context doesn't apply here. Because it should be said, Ya pranena sambhavati Aditi Rakshasa Mayi, not Devata Mayi. She cannot be embodiment of Devatas. Aditi you are talking. Or they should say, Ya pranena sambhavati Diti. Then Devata Mayi would be correct. Embodiment of Devas because she is the mother of Devas. But Aditi and Devata Mayi don't go together. Okay? So, Aditi is what? Same Hiranyagarbha is called Aditi. That's all. One. What are Devas? Please understand. This is where the limitations of language pose problems, and I would say has created confusion. There is confusion in the word confusion. Confusion. Why? What confusion? Gods, Devatas, they translate gods. And Bhagavan also they translate as God. We have been telling you, it is the same Brahman who manifests as Ishvara. That Brahman is endowed with Maya Shakti, creative power. Creation is seed form, is Ishvara. So Ishvara is Brahman. Same Brahman is Hiranyagarbha. Same Brahman is Virat. And same Brahman is Devatas. Understand? What are Devatas? Heavenly. Then they translate celestial beings. There is no celestial being. Any Jivatma can become Devata. Yamraja became Yama. He says, Janamyaham Shevadharitya Nityam Nakhya Dhruvev Prapyate Hi Dhruvam Tat Tato Maya Nachiketa Shitogni Anitya Dravya Praptavan Asmi Nityam. The Devata is a position. Understand? Indra is not a person, is a position. Vayu is a position. Agni is a position. Anyone can occupy. Exactly like Mr. Prime Minister, they say, Mr. President. The President is a position. It's not a proper name of a person. Anyone can be the President. Madam President, any woman can become the President. Karmas gives you, karma phala gives an individual that position. It can achieve. So anything that is achieved in time T1 will perish in time T2. So the status of Deva, Devatvam, is also for limited time. As long as your karmas last, as long as you have punya, quantity of punya, that's a special punya which can entitle you to become Devata. You become Devata. So long. So Devatvam is also not permanent in our tradition. Heaven is also not permanent. Indra doesn't have citizenship in heaven. He's only on H1 visa, working visa. H1 is working visa. He's on a working visa. He works there. And the very heaven itself is not permanent. So you will go to heaven and will have eternally be there having dinner with the God. You will keep on eating. That's all in heaven. That's not a point. We don't accept. Bhagavan himself says two things. And so when Indra etc. are on a H1 visa temporary, so you and I going there also is on temporary visa. At least that Indra etc. have H1 visa, we will have only visitor visa, B1. No other, maybe some diplomatic visa, some punya karma is there. Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshinay punye marjati. You come back. You see, in heaven, everything is paid for, nothing free. ISKCON temple. Though it's temple, prasad is also you have to pay for, lunch, dinner pay for, hot the accommodation you have to pay for. Not dhanam, fixed charges are there. Now thing is, when you go to heaven, even breathing you have to pay. So you buy some Pepsi Cola, heavenly cola. So your credit card is there. Not credit, debit card. That's loaded, preloaded, and you don't know how much is loaded. It gets deducted. Breathing also. Suppose you are destined only for one day, so it keeps deducting. Next day over. When it is over, Indra throws you out. No option. You cannot be those Bangladeshis and those infiltrators, Rohingyas. You cannot be Rohingyas. These Rohingyas also will be thrown out from them. The system is very foolproof, not even any country. In America also there are people who push from Mexico, so many coming. You know what they do now? America, California, because human rights business, so many people have come. Don't go to downtown California. Every chauraha, crossroads, there are beggars asking for money. It's full. Now there are colonies like Jhopadpattis or Dharavis. It is there in US. And each state, some of the states don't like it. So they hire air-conditioned bus and dump them to New York. Give them $100, $200. So they are already beggars. At the cost of exchequer, they will move. There is no difference whether you beg here or there. It is not like Indian begging. We beg at temple. So fellow has some attachment to Bhagavan. There is no begging in the temple. They are on the road. So they are dumped into New York. Early morning bus will come and drop them to some street. Bus will go. Such infiltrators are more in New York. New York will put in a bus and put to some other state. So merry-go-round is going on. Inflation is so much. Last year when I went, I was to pass by one flyover in California. And there was side road, but half the way unbuilt, unfinished further up. It was dead end. On the first day, I saw only 2 trucks, SUV, parked over. I thought it must be for garage or used car to be crushed, and somebody might have parked. Within 9 days, some 100 vehicles got parked. People live in the car. They have a bed there, they have machines, and there is a common facility, and then there are NGOs who provide toilets and all that. And of course, Sardar Gurudwara Hindus, Annadana, they give Annam. Los Angeles, San Francisco, even now videos must be available on YouTube. It's so pathetic. And they are drug addicts, men and women, girls and boys, lying on the road. Feel pity on them. Really very bad. Anyway, such things are not there in heaven, thank God. You have clean heaven. So, coming back to that, Devatas are also possession. Shine punye marte lokam vishanti. Tetam bhuktva swarga. You enjoy as long as your loaded debit card continues. Once it is over, Indra dumps you out and throws out physically. That's the rule there. Now, Devatas are what? See, whole creation is in order. Niyam. It works as per order, as per the laws. There is a very famous statement of Einstein. God doesn't play dice with creation. He doesn't throw dice. If he throws, his dice are loaded. He knows how much it is. So there is nothing called chamatkar. There is nothing called as what you can say irregular. Until you know the reason, the cause, you may say, as in medicine they say idiopathy. But then this is there. Like today, we have few ideas we have discovered. What causes cancer? It is not that randomly it happens. There is a cause. Whole thing is cause and effect. And by various laws called cause and effect, this creation is sustained. In the sustenance, continuous creative process is on. Something is born, something is destroyed, it goes on. New leaves come, buds come, shoots come, and the leaves come, and the flowers and the fruits, etc., and the old one drop off. It is according to law, niyam. All those laws primarily, which sustain the creation, which maintain the creation, is what, when we say whole creation is manifestation of God or Bhagavan, those laws are also manifestation of Bhagavan. They are not separate from Ishvara. So, one law, Vayu, sustains. So therefore we say Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami. Shanti mantra you chant now, daily. It is Ishvara. That Sarva Shaktiman, as though divides his Shakti. Or you can say that Sarva Shaktiman, all powerful, omnipotent Ishvara's power manifest as different, if I can use the word, natural forces. Ishvara only. Natural forces are nothing but manifestation of power of Ishvara. They are referred as Devata. Vayu Devata, Agni Devata, Varuna Devata, Indra Devata, Samudra Devata, Nadi Mata, like that. Devata Mai, Devatmika. So Hiranya Devatas are subtle. You don't see Devatas. Hiranyagarbha is Samasti, subtle. So Devata is born out of what? Ultimately Hiranyagarbha. Ishvara, who is in a subtle form, that subtle status of Shakti is Devata. Okay? They are Sarva Devatmika Aditi. Aditi means Hiranyagarbha. And that Hiranyagarbha is only Devata Rupena. He as though divides, as though distributes, as though manifests. Actually, it is manifesting as many. If I can explain you with a known example, any time, in any country, when the government is formed, the Prime Minister or state level Chief Minister, etc., the head of the state invites him to form the government. First oath is taken by Chief Minister or the Prime Minister. Means all the powers to rule the country vest in him. He has all the powers. He distributes his powers to different ministers. Somebody looks after finance, somebody looks after revenue, somebody in agriculture, someone in education, someone in higher education, etc. Division. You can say they are like Devatas. And Chief Minister is Hiranyagarbha. When he resigns, all Devatas are also gone. Their power is no more there. No, only CM has resigned. Our power is there. You are nothing. It is his power. So they work. Devatas have Shakti. But it is a borrowed Shakti. Borrowed from whom? Ishvara. Or Ishvara manifests as Devatas, as this Shakti to do this work, to maintain the creation. Another way of putting. So Aditi is Sarvadevatmika, Sarvadevata Rupa. She is in the form of all Devatas. Okay? Embodiment of all Devas. Okay? So how is she born? Ya pranena sambhavati. Itham bhute prana rupena sambhavati. Who is born as prana, means who is born as Hiranyagarbha. That Aditi is Hiranyagarbha, and that Aditi is embodiment of all Devatas. Okay? And it is called Aditi. Adbhakshane. Ad means to eat. Experiencing is also eating. It eats. What does it eat? Enjoys, experiences. Ultimately, who experiences? Do you think your tongue tests? Tongue gives a test. It's only messenger, information. It is ahankara. Who enjoys? Is in the buddhi, antakaranam. That is guha. As to previous class I told you that cave is ahankara. Buddhi guha. Buddhi eva guha. Buddhi alone is guha. That ahankara is enjoyer. That ahankara is aditi. Though ahankara is a pulling, but it is thrilling also. Aditi. Ahankara is sukshma. Ahankara resides in sukshma sharira. That too in buddhi I told you. And in bijavastha there is no ahankara. When you sleep, there is no ahankara. In dream it is. In waking it is. Ahankara is not seen, it is subtle. Sleep there is no ahankara. Whoever he may be. He may be scholar, pandita, or very just, very strict in terms of suchi, spurs, in terms of touching, not touching. And then if he touch something ashuchi, impure, he has to take bath. If he looks at somebody, he has to take bath because they are vowed not to see women, not to touch them. But in sleep, he may sleep on the shoulder of a woman sitting beside him. He may sleep on the shoulder of a mullaji sitting beside him. And Mullaji may sleep on the shoulder of a Pandita, Kashi Pandita. Vidwan, Spars Maryadavan, he will sleep. Ahankara is nothing. The fellow may be very conscious, very etiquette, manner, to how I look, very conscious. Always dressed. You never, they say, in English novels you read, he met him in the pajama. You know, that was a big thing. You can't see him in slippers and pajama. That's etiquette, British etiquette. You have to be dressed up properly. And pajama kya Kache mein milta. Indians, you meet them in all the dresses, but British etiquettes. And especially you can never see the princess and the queen in sleepers and night dress. It's very bad etiquette. However conscious, when they sleep, you just don't know. Who are you? Nothing. Whatever is the dress, whatever is hairstyle, the fellow is wearing a wig and make sure nobody knows. But in sleep it slips and suddenly sun shines. So ahankara is in sukshma avastha. So in dream it is. It is there in waking state, in a sukshma state. It is hiranyagarbha, aditi. It is you. Guham pravishya tishtanti. It is there in Guha. Devata, all devatas reside in my body. We have devatas Chakshuso, Suryaha, Shrotrayoho, Ashwini Kumaro, etc. There are devatas. So you are connected to that ahankara is Hiranyagarbha. Aditi means what? Adanat Aditi. Ada means Bhakshane. All bhogas takes place at the level of Sukshma Sharira, ahankara. I told you yesterday, gross body is a abode, house for ahankara, jiva. Sukshma Sharira is sadhanam, for who wills ahankara. So that bhokta, ahankara is called aditi, the real bhokta. Now look at the mantra number 5. Ye imam madhvadam veda atmanam jivamantika. You know, that aditi is called what? Madhvada. Madhuvatti. I have explained this. Who eats honey. Eating honey means karma phalas. Anybody doing karma, he or she thinks it is honey. So Madhvada means Jiva. Madhvada means Ahankara. Here he says that Madhvada is Ishvara, and here he says that Madhvada is Aditi, is Hiranyagarbha. Guham pravishya tishtantim. So Sarva Bhutantaratma Rupena Ya Aditi. That Aditi, which is the inner self, now I can use the word inner self of all beings, who abides in the heart of everybody. It is a Buddhi cave, gufa, of a Buddhi cave of Buddhi in everybody. That Aditi is you. It is not separate from you. And what is that Aditi? Ya bhute bhir vyajayata. Bhutaihi vyajayata. This is who is born, who exist later in the form of bhutas. So Hiranyagarbha is subtle, then he assumes the gross form. Bhute bhir vyajayata means all Pancha Mahabhutas is same Hiranyagarbha. In other words, Hiranyagarbha alone becomes Virat. Okay? So, etadvaitat. This is what Nachiketa you had asked for. Okay. So that Aditi Pakshane enjoys all Sukshma Bhoga as well as Sthula Bhoga. You can say all gross pleasures and all aesthetic pleasures. You know, physical, sensual pleasures. There are certain cognitive, emotive pleasures which are much subtler and deeper than gross pleasures. You may enjoy a cup of tea, our original Gujarati masala tea, and that too on highway. So strong. It is very strong. Kadak meathi. And it is so sweet that if you put a spoon, sometimes spoon will stand tight. Khadi sakkar. So much of sugar, right? And it's so strong that it's totally khuto thai jai. If you have choti, it will become antenna. That strong tea they make you highway tea. Subtle pleasure is what? Enjoying classical instrumentation. Aesthetic joy. Enjoying some paintings in art galleries or something. Whatever is there is enjoyed by what? Aditi. She is Adanat Bhokshane. Sthula Guham Praveshya Tishtanti. She has entered into Buddhi Guha, in the Ahankara. And as a Ahankara, she enjoys all this pleasure. She is Antaratma of all Jivatma, all individual, all the bodies. And this is what Nachiketa you had asked for. Hiranyagarbha is the self. And that you had asked for what is beyond dharma, adharma, etc. That is you. So the self which is asangaha, what they are trying to emphasize is self that is asangaha, different from punya papa, is not some other self. This is what it is. Don't think, oh, there is some divine Athamatma, and now to show it to be great, better than what you are, divine consciousness, they have to say. And what is the present consciousness is non-divine. You have to gain divine consciousness. That's so-called non-divine, so-called mundane, so-called papi consciousness is Hiranyagarbha. The status of papitvam is because of ahankara, and ahankara is because of ignorance. And you are the self who remains untouched by this. But the ahankara is superimposed on me. Ahankara is the Atma Bhava Janyaha, and there is nothing separate from it. Therefore it says, Devata Mai Aditi. And that Aditi is Hiranyagarbha, enjoying all the pleasures. Gruham Pravishya Tishthantim Bhutebhir Vyajayata. Bhutaihi Samanvita Vyajayata. When everybody is born, Aditi is also takes place. Ahankara manifests, not born. When someone takes manifestation, whatever yoni as per the karma, ahankara comes and manifests. Okay, now see that after Hiranyagarbha is talking about Virat Purush, showing identity between you and Virat Purush. Very beautiful simile they give. Look at the 8th mantra. Aranyornihito jatavedha Garbha iva subhruto garbhini vihi Dive dive idyo jagrat vadbihi भविष्यद्मद्भिर्मनुष्येभिरग्निः हविष्मद्भिर्मनुष्येभिरग्निः. Okay? I'm separating them. Havishmadbihi manushyebihi agnihi. Okay? Havishmadbihi manushyebihi agnihi. Havishyadbir manushyebyr agnihi. Manushyebyr agnihi. Havishmadbir manushyebyr agnihi. Aranyo nihito jatavedaha. गर्भ इव सुभृतो गर्भिणीभिः. दिवे दिवे, actually dive is there, but because of sandhi, no, you did not write. Because of sandhi rule, idyah, since a is followed by e, there is a lopa. दिवे दिव ईड्यो जागृवद्भिः. हविष्मद्भिर्मनुष्येभिरग्निः. एतद्वैतत् अरण्योर्निहितो जातवेदाः. गर्भ इव सुभृतो गर्भिणीभिः. दिवे दिव ईड्यो जागृवद्भिर्हविष्मद्भिर्मनुष्येभिरग्निः. स्कूटर नहीं ताकि कचरो आवे ने પછી starts, but it started that's going on. दिवे दिवैद्यो जागृवद्भिर् हविष्मद्भिर् मनुष्येभिरग्निः. Good, some kachara is gone. Now again. Dive diva idyo jagruvadbir havishmadbir manushebir agnihi. Javadyo. Etadvaitat. See, if you read Sanskrit lot, tongue learns to twist. It is so twisted. So in Vyavara, you will not talk twistedly. You will talk straight. Enough exercise is done. Anyway, he says now that Hiranyagarbha, in previous two mantra, Hiranyagarbha was talked as Atma. And Hiranyagarbha is Brahman. Atma is Brahman. Now it is telling, what is Hiranyagarbha? Samashti Sukshma Avastha. Total subtle existence. This is Hiranyagarbha. Any creation, before coming into gross existence, before manifesting in the gross form, it is always subtle form. So Brahman in a subtle form that Hiranyagarbha Rupena, before the creation is existed, it is you. And now it is Virat. Virat means Hiranyagarbha is Satar, Virat is Sthula, gross. Whole gross world, totality of grossness is Virat. Vividhena Rajate, who reveals, who shines as number of varieties. Varieties of weight reveals. That is Virat. And that Virat is you. Etat vai. That is indeed you. Okay. What is Virat? Now, this Ishvara, that is Param Brahma, that is Prana, and the same Prana becomes Virat. That is a Krama. Vividhena Rajate. Here, that Virat is worshipped in the form of fire. Okay? Agni Upasana is actually sometimes is Virat Upasana. And some may do physical Upasana, some may do mental Upasana. That Upasaka is also described here and told that you are all are one with Virat. All the Virat is one with Brahman. So you are Brahman. You had asked what is different from birth and death, what is different from the Kala and time. You are the one. You are nobody else. You are the one. And therefore he says, Aranyo Nihito. Fire is in Arni, in the both Arni. The Chanda Arni, the fire is hidden, Jata Vedaha, is hidden, Nihitaha, Jata Vedaha. Jata Veda means Agni is Nihitaha, is hidden in what? Aranyoho, between two Arnis, fire is hidden. How it is hidden? Garbhaya Subhurto Garbhaya. Like a fetus in a womb is hidden. This is also hidden. Dive dive idyo jagravat bihi havishmat bihi. That is to be worshipped daily. Dive dive means daily. Or you can say continuously. It needs to be worshipped. By whom? Okay. Jagravat bihi havishmat bihi. Havishmat means home kartara, who are performing rituals, who are performing yajna agadi, they must do daily. And then Manush Jagruvat Bhi, the awakened Manushas, they should do that. We'll talk about this mantra in the evening. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Itam Triguణarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Bhavatitam Triguణarahitam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya. मृत्यवे ब्रह्म विद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च for gaining knowledge, it requires certain adjustment for your antahkaranam, inner infrastructure, technically called as antahkarana shuddhi and antahkarana aikagram, purity of the mind and focus, concentration of the mind. And it also includes subtlety of the mind. Mind should be subtle. What is impurity? Impurity is raga dosha in the language of Gita. What is impurity for anything other than any element of something which is other than its swarupa is impurity. In a golden ornament, little copper is impurity. Anything what is not natural is impurity. Like even poison in the body is impurity for us. But for snake, it is natural. It has it. Nothing, no problem. Mind is basically made out of sattva guna. There is a word. Each sattva element, sattva ansha, part of each element, akash, vayu, agni, jalam and prithvi. Expression of maya or expression of upadhana karanam through maya is in terms of 5 elements we saw. Each element are born because of maya, vivarta upadhana. So they are all sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. 3 gunas are there. The tamasic amsha of all of them creates body. Rajasic amsha creates senses of action and prana put together. And sattvic amsha of each element creates each gnanendriyani, and samashti sattvic creates antahkarana. This we saw in Tattva. Shrotrendriyam is because of akasha karya. Sparshendriya is vayu karya. All put together is antahkarana, sattvic amsha. So antahkarana should be sattvic by nature, made out of sattva amsha. There is a vakya, etesham samashti sattvic amshat antahkaranani sambhutani. Of all these 5 elements, antahkarana or mind, we can say, is created. This antahkarana being flooded with rajas and tamas is ashuddhi, is impurity. What is the effect of rajoguna? There is a verse in Gita, Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam Karma Sangena Badhnati. There is Raga and Dvesha, craving, restlessness to do something, activity, desires, ambitions. That is Rajas. What is Tamas? Alasya, Nidra, Pramad, all this slothfulness, inertia, laziness is Tamas. So this too is Ashuddhi of Antakarana, impurity of the mind. One has to gain purity. Means release the mind from the hold of raga, likes and dislikes, in one word. Because that gives rise to desires, and desires gives rise to karma. Even reactions, instincts are born out of likes and dislikes. That gives rise to this. Now, how to release the minds? So our tradition, Hindu culture, is designed, all the forms are designed so that you may get purity of the heart. And you may get concentration and subtlety of the mind. When I say heart or mind, it means antakarana. You get all the forms, lifestyle, attitudes, all are designed for that. In other words, our cultural forms or Hindu way of life and Hindu view of life. View of life is, way of life is supported by view of life, and view of life is supported by vision, is meant for vision of truth. What is Hindu view of life? What is our view? How we look upon our life, human existence? If I put it in one word today, universally, today, view of life is to maximize earning. Money. Maximize earning. Maximize my pleasure. That is a view of life. This birth is meant for maximum enjoyment. That's how it looks like today, modern world, if you see. All the technology and marketing thereby is there for what? To create a feeling or to bring out bhokta out of it. Enjoy this, enjoy that, eat this, eat that, go there, don't go there, like that. It creates bhokta. So view of life is to nourish bhokta. Which bhokta? Vishaya bhoga. And therefore wants to earn. In one word, view of life is arthakama. That's all. And if I add one more thing, their view of moksha of other religion is only kama, not even artha. Here they have a promise that if you can't make it for kama here, we promise you hereafter. Just be faithful. Just believe in us. That's all. The description of heaven is what? Gratifying the senses. That's all it is. Bottom line, nothing else is talked about. You go to heaven and enjoy. You have these pleasures. And Puja Swamiji would say it is tourism promotion. It motivates you to go to heaven. All goody description. But everything that they talk is nothing but sensual pleasure. Better than this, that's all. Ultimately, that is the goal. Our view of life is dharma. Sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadha. The primary purushartha, prathama purushartha is dharma. Dharmarthe idam jivanam. This birth is for dharma. That's how society, Hindu society lived. And that's how people were committed to dharma. And that's why this country was called Dharma Kshetra. First word of Gita is Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. So dharma means duty. Dharma means kartavya. Dharma means contributory actions. Dharma means that expected behavior, what it is expected out of me in a given situation. Dharma means that particular behavior, that attitude, that my pleasures, my fancies are subservient. Primarily, I should commit to duty. That's a Hindu culture. So for that, I have to do duty first, then pleasures. For that, these vakyas, Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, ityadi, and culturally, and our Smriti Granthas, Itihasas, Puranas talk about different, you what to do, you ought not to do. Brahmana Dharma, Kshatriya Dharma, Vaishya Dharma, Brahmachari Dharma, etc. Chapters and chapters are there, including in Ramayana. And this Dharma is to be performed with certain attitude. एक भावना से करना. What is that attitude? ईश्वर प्रत्यर्थे idam aham karomi. Even now, if you meet with a person who is doing Gayatri Sandhya Vandanam daily, some of them are there in south of India, all the 4 states. People do it regularly. So the Gayatri Japa is obligatory, has to be done daily. Sandhya Vandan is to be done daily. So the Sankalpa is Mamopata Samasta Durita Kshay Dwara Shri Parameshwar Prityarthe Idam Aham Karu. Even Sakam Karma also they send sometimes. You ask for some ritual, they will start with this. Ishvara Prityarthe, then Chaturveda Purusha Siddhartham, Ayu Arogya Prityartham, Putra Putradi Praptirtham, goes on. But first is this. Durita Kshaya Dwara. Durita means papari. Durita means obstacles. Durita means impurities. Kshaya Dwara. Having removed them for gaining the grace of Ishvara. Ishvara Prityarthe. How do you earn the grace? Oh God, give us daily bread, grace. No, that's not that way we talk. How do you know I have earned the grace? Ishwar Kripa is purity of the heart. Ishwar Kripa is relative freedom from likes and dislikes. Ishwar Kripa is not to come under the sway, not to be hold ransom or not to get kidnapped by likes and dislikes. My wisdom is available to me. People get carried away because of likes and dislikes. Duryodhana, janami dharmam nachame. I know. In a saner moment, the fellow says, yes, this is to be done. But when those likes and dislikes overpowers, wisdom gets clouded. He or she gets carried away by personal values, personal likes and dislikes. So that is the Ishwar Kripa. You can say, or this is the right way to say, Nishkama karma. You perform karma in a Nishkama bhava, not expecting anything. Okay? Not expecting anything means what? Expecting only the grace of Lord. In other words, I am your devout sevakaha. As a servant of God, with this attitude, I am your kinkaraha. That bhava, and just as a servant always wants to please the master, I am doing everything to please you only, full stop, nothing else. That is called Ishwara Prityartha. Don't expect anything, it is not Karma Yoga. And that you don't expect anything itself is an expectation. And nobody can work without expectation. That's a wrong thing to say. I do it as a Ishwar. Means I have been placed in this situation by Ishwara. You are placed because of the law of karma. And law of karma is Ishwara. And this situation warrants me to do this. That means Ishwara wants me to do this. So I perform this particular action or pleasing or as a offering to Ishwara. Seeking a grace means I offer my action to Ishwara. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yat juhoshi dadasi yat tat kurushva mad arpanam. Offer. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyaja. You have to perform this action of fight, but with an attitude to offering to Ishvara. This attitude, more so in certain obligatory actions, which I am supposed to perform daily. Nitya karma, technically called as Sandhya Vandanam, Gayatri Japa, or you can say Agnihotra karma. That is a daily obligatory Vedic karma. Then Shastras, Smriti Granthas give certain obligatory, and certain obligatory is Laukika, Vyavhar, day-to-day life necessities. You are living in that place. And certain Naimittika karma, not daily, on certain day, in a certain situation, or because of something you have to perform, like Shraddham, ritual for ancestors. You don't start performing when the father is there. You sit here I want to give Shraddha, take this. Take physically, why should I send you? Now itself you have it. Later on I may or may not be able to do Shraddha. You can't tell that rice ball, come on, start eating. Doesn't work. One condition when they are not there, and on certain days, technically speaking, Amavasya day, you have to do Tarpanam every Amavasya. Name it, not daily. Those Shastra enjoined obligatory actions I perform as an offering to Ishvara. And Laukika, that is also obligatory, like paying income tax. Is not daily. Thank God so far it has not come daily. It has to pay annually. It's your obligatory duty. Pay your vehicular tax, different taxes that the government wants you to pay. Or if you are in US, you have to mow the lawns, keep it up to a certain level. That is obligatory. That these obligatory karmas performed with an attitude of offering to Ishvara gives antakarana shuddhi. Means living a life of dharma as service to Ishvara. You may perform this Agnihotra karma with sankalpa, mamopata samasta duridukshaya dvara. But there is obligatory karma, mandatory action. This is fire ritual, but it is mandatory to take care of parents, mother, father. So before you start, sir, mother says, give me a glass of water. Mama Pat, have a glass of water. You don't do that. So it is given Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo, attitude. Because so many actions are involved. Acharya Deva, Atithi Deva, attitudes towards money, attitude towards pleasure is given in our Shastra. So you do that. All that is meant for purification of antakarana. Vastu is also for that, to develop an attitude. We invoke devatas. So this house belongs to Bhagavan, doesn't belong to me. Even rajas, kings, looked upon kingdom as what? It's not mine, it is Bhagavan. That is the message of Ramayana. Bharata asking for Paduka. King Bharata, you know Ramayana story. And placing the Paduka on the throne and running the kingdom. Meaning thereby what? I am just a managing director. You own the company. If I put it in modern jargon. Company belongs to you. Nothing is mine. This Rath Yatra. And you know this Rath Yatra, there is a festival. On the second day, Ashadi beach, when the monsoon begins, second day there is Rath Yatra. ISKCON fellows still run. Jagannath Puri temple has Rath Yatra. Traditionally, the king himself draws the chariot. Not only that, Jagannath Puri's king brooms the road. Maybe little different. The servants who broom here, there may be simple stick broom. He may have gold plated, that's all. Handle may be better. But job is same, brooming. Saying, I am servant. Written has something. Her Majesty's servant. Similarly, I am servant of Ishvara. Absolute power corrupts the person. Absolute power may corrupt the person absolutely. So this fellow is told it doesn't belong to you. It's only in India you will find every kingdom, the palace will have a temple. And the king will perform puja and go to the court. Even today, this Thiruvananthapuram, what we call it Trivandrum, originally, capital of Kerala, has Seshasai Vishnu. Every day for 1 hour in the morning, gates closes, king alone performs the puja. They have a tradition. The kings used to perform puja, seek blessings, and then go to court. Then sit on the throne. Doesn't belong to me. Attitude. That is why in karma, yajna, you have oblations for given devata, whatever. You may do Gayatri Japa, you may do Vishnu Japa. You say, Idan na mama, this is not mine. Nothing belongs to me. Everything belongs to Ishvara. That's why we have names. Buildings are given, even children. They are given Krishna Prasad, Durga Prasad, Shiva Prasad. They are the gift of the God. Building also, Kodiyar Krupa, Umya Krupa. Now you find all, especially in Saurashtra, in this region, they always have a name. In other part of the country, most of the metros, the house is identified by number. 27 others Krupa, this apartment, etc. But here they will have all Krupas, Umya Krupa, Kodiyar Krupa, Jalaram Krupa, Shiva Krupa. There is not a single, I am waiting for one house. I want to see. Matru Krupa, there are houses. Pitru Krupa, there are houses, but nowhere Swasur Krupa, father-in-law Krupa. The fellow may be staying in his wife's house, but the name is not father-in-law Krupa, blessings. So this is life of karma. Performing obligatory karmas with the attitude of surrendering or offering to Ishvara. Second thing, for concentration, for subtlety of the mind, primarily, and also, additional, for purity of mind, Bharat has, I would use the word Bharat, has very evolved system of bhakti called as upasana. In other religion, so much evolution to worship, to remember Lord in terms of forms is not there. If it is there, I don't know. But most of these major religions don't have. This is a unique to us. Whole country is full of pilgrim places, Yatra Dham. You put your finger anywhere, within 30 to 50 kilometers, you will find one pilgrim place, Tirthakshetra. And people will be doing some yatra, Purnima or Ekadashi. They walk. They do pradakshina, round. And all kinds of pradakshinas. You go to Ayodhya ji, I have seen. They do pradakshina with Sashtang Namaskara. Do that, then get up. And do that, then get up. And some of them, ladies I have seen, women, they do with only Namaskara. They will not release the hand. They will be turning around and round and round. On the road, normally it was only sand. Now this road, full of dust and filth and car tire wall, but they do it. So there is bhakti. This bhakti is at 3 levels. physical action. By the way, bhakti is also an action. No. Bhakti is an attitude. You take support of action. In karma yoga also is not yoga of karma, attitude. Yoga of attitude in karma is karma yoga. Yoga of attitude in certain limited karma is bhakti yoga. But attitude is same. I just now told you, certain karmas means what? Going to temple, doing namaskara, going to some seva in the temple, they weave garlands, make clothes, etc. Or doing yajna, etc. They limit those actions. But they are also to be done as an offering to Ishvara. And this Nitya Naimitya karma also as an offering to Ishvara. So as such, there is no difference between Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. 4 paths, there are no paths. I would repeat, Bhakti is not an action. Bhakti is certain attitude behind an action. In a simple jargon, if I say simple words, attitude of love, attitude of surrender, Sharanagati is bhakti. Here also Sharanagati. What? Ishwar Prityase karo. Yat karoshi tat kurushva madarpanam. You are offering it to Lord. Karma is also offered into Lord, and that is also offered. When both are karmas, this is also karma. This is also karma. If those karmas, if bhakti were action, then that similar action without attitude would have become bhakti. Doesn't become. See that verse, Bhagavad Gita. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya praj. That you offer me, but with the attitude of bhakti. Otherwise it doesn't become bhakti. I often tell my own experiences. I'm talking about 78, 77. A new temple was built somewhere in Ahmedabad, and panchayat and pujas were kept. But somehow the financiers, the trustees were Marwadis, and they were Pakka Vaishnavas. And the Mahatma they followed also was Vaishnava Puja. So these pujaris did only Krishna Puja, Ram Puja, etc. They didn't do Shiv Puja. It was small piece of land, like not square but little long. So you enter from that side, and there's one side is a building and passage. That's it. And it was hall come temple come lecture hall. In one corner, when you enter, there is a few temples, 3-4 rooms. This is a Vyaspit, so lectures. That 2-in-1 was there. Now that area belonged to most of the Gujaratis. Ahmedabad obviously Gujaratis. So when Shravana month comes, Gujaratis have a culture to offer Abhisheka to Shiva, Loti Chadana. They will take milk, they will take sesame seeds, anything, some depends on each, but at least a glass vessel of water they do, Abhishek. The local people demanded. There was no lingam to go. At Vaishnav temple, the panchayat and puja was Shiva, Parvati, Surya, etc. But priests didn't allow them. So, because of the public demand, they established one Shiva temple outside. You just think of it, from this carpet side is a hall. Entrance is Bhagavan. From there it is entrance. And this is lecture hall. So this is the passage. And at the end there is a staircase to go up. They had 3-4 rooms. So they said there is some space besides passage, put one Shivlinga there. They did big Shivlinga, open, just covered, and Shivaji, Abhisheka Priya. So put them there. And they were happy. And then all people came and offered. So it starts in the morning and it was densely populated slowly. So Bilvapatra, and sesame seeds, and flowers, and garlands, and Daturanu Phool, all kinds of things is offered. But the priest was Pakka Vrindavan, Jai Jai Gokules. I will not clean that. And the temple committee was headed by Marwadis. We cannot afford a separate priest for that. They had a big business, a lot of money, but they didn't want to do. So in the by mid-noon, 11, 12 o'clock, a servant used to come. He was supposed to clean the whole hall. Water was not a shortage those days, so he will have a hose pipe, pour the water, and with a broom he'll clean it with a wiper. And the hall is clean, no brooming, just simply cleaning. After a lot of deliberations, they found a way, let this fellow clean that. Shivalinga. He said, I won't mind. So he will take everything and put it in a big basket and throw it out, and that is all what's done. But the linga, they smear ghee also, people apply ghee and oil and all. It sticks to it. Unless you use some soap type of thing, it will not be clean. That again they didn't give. So what this fellow did, it was a very big hosepipe, a lot of force. He will control the force and make a sharp cleaning the lingam. That exercise will go on for half an hour. I have seen myself. Now tell me, can you say that that fellow is doing Abhisheka daily half an hour? It's not Abhisheka. But there is no attitude. He is cleaning the lecture hall. He is not doing bhakti. The priest is cleaning the sanctum sanctorium, but there is a bhakti, attitude of surrender. I knew Ahmedabad, there were big multi-millionaires. Textile mill owners were the big guys those days. So the lady of the house will broom puja room by herself, will not allow her. They may have 2 cooks, 3-5 drivers and all this retinue of employees, but not to puja room. She has an attitude of surrender. So karma being same doesn't become bhakti unless you have an attitude of surrender. That's a bhakti is an attitude. Karma becomes yoga only if you have attitude. And that is attitude in so-called karma yoga. And attitude in so-called bhakti yoga is same. So there is no difference between karma yoga and bhakti. These people don't know either of them. And there are different paths. They don't know even moksha. They are not path for moksha. They are path for antakaran shuddhi. That's all. So bhakti is these flowers. Flower vendors. They also make garland. There is a big market in Bengaluru. You get it, so varieties of flowers and varieties of garlands. But that is not bhakti. But here the garland that we offer is done by wife of the priest. And she does with an attitude, that is bhakti. So, set of karmas have evolved that helps you or aids you to develop attitude of surrender. First is physical karma. Second is karma at the sensual level, sense organ level. And mental. Physical are many, involving more activity is Tirtha Yatra. Go for Yatra. You see the world, you have routine life, but then doing for what? Bhagavan. Yagna Yagadi. So many activities. So these are all support systems, scaffolding to be more precise. Building has a scaffolding. Homa Yatra, Homa, Yagna Yagadi, these are all physical action. Then comes puja, less physical activity. You sit and do puja. Or only archana, these are all physical. Then comes sense level activity at the level of senses, primarily japa, parayana. In that also you may have Sahasranam Parayanam, Stotra, 1,000 names. Or typical Stotra, which has some chanting, which has 8 or 10 or 20 or 50 verses only. And then bhajan, there is a harmony, symphony, music. And so you focus on Ishvara. Bhajan. Not doing puja, not doing japa, but in between bhajan. So support system is music. And music adds the concentration. So you do that. Then comes japa. And this japa can be of 3 types. Loudly. Pramshu japa means very slowly, only you can hear. Or you just hear some noise and the tongue moves. Om Namah Shivaya. That's Pramshu japa. And third is Manasa japa, mental japa. This mental japa is dhyana. Mental puja is also dhyana. You can do whole puja mentally. Like Shankaracharyaji's Shiva Manasa puja. Ratnai kalpitamasanam himajalai snanam satipyam. It's dhyana. Or you do some vigraha dhyana. Just mentally visualize that upasya, that God, the form of the God which you worship, Krishna or Shivji, or start from the head to feet. Oh, Bhagavan's eyes are like this, his head is like that, his ears are like that, ornaments like that. So, Murti Dhyanam, Leela Dhyanam. Think of some Lalas, all exploits. They are very well described in Bhagavatam, and you visualize that and see. Dhyanam, by the way, in our culture is not meditation. We have another word is upasana. Means that it is true, meditation is mental activity. Upasana is also mental activity, exclusively. Physical body is not involved, sense organs are also not. You just mentally do that. Even whole puja you do, you imagine mentally this food. Suppose you are giving food, then imagine the food. Visualize the food and offer. You are giving ornaments, shungara, visualize and give. But then dhyanam or upasana is mental activity, all right, but mental activity centered on Ishvara. You cannot have upasana without Ishvara. There can be meditation without Ishvara. Therefore I said, this dhyanam is not meditation. Nowadays, different meditations are going on, Try to be thoughtless, be witness, Sakshi Bhava, thoughtless Bhava, or see the light, see this red dot, this Prajapita Brahma Kumaris have some red dot. That and mentally visualize. This is all modern. We always had a mental activity which was centered on Ishvara. विजातीय वृत्ति प्रवाह रहितः सजातीय वृत्ति प्रवाह रूपः मानस व्यापार mental activity. Now, like so many types of puja, so many types of bhajans and kirtans and stotras are available. Number of dhyanas are given in Shastra. Some of them evolved later on through Puranas and all, but many are there in Vedas. One of dhyanam is Virata dhyana, Hiranya Garbha dhyana. Okay? You meditate on Hiranya Garbha. You meditate on Virat Purusha. It is mentioned in Vedas. Both are necessary. That is upasana, karma and upasana. Technically called as Gnana Karma Samuchaya. Gnanam word here is used for upasana, mental activity or bhakti, and karma, kartavya karma. In the next mantra, Bhagavan talks about, Lord Yamaraja talks about upasana also. I repeat, upasana forms have evolved in course of time. Like those modern sampradayas who are 200 years old, 300 years old, they also give some upasana of their Bhagavan, so-called Bhagavan. But that Bhagavan is not mentioned in Vedas, not mentioned in Puranas, not mentioned in Itihas. There are new additions. There are so many in India. Every region has local Bhagavan, and they are sitting in temple also. They do puja. It's okay. You can worship Bhagavan in any form, so Bhagavan accepts that also as his form. But how to worship and what to worship, upasanas are Vedikam, and in this mantra, both are taught, karma and upasana. Okay? We will see that tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Namudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Many. That's the thing. Akhila Brahmandama Ekato Shri Hari. Dujve Rupe Ananta Bhas. Divine Sparsh.
But it's too great. Even if it's enough.
About her question in Jnana Vyapi.
Swami,
Oh. I think there are two like this. We have two. Tomorrow ask Acharya where is the other one, because it controls me.
by making noise. Sometimes, see, some objection. Gyan Vapi. Actually, Kashi had been a seat of learning, knowledge. So, if you go to Banaras Kashi and study, you are looked up like Ivy League universities,
Yes.
IITs, that's Kashi was such. And that used to be dream of every Brahmana, those who committed to knowledge, to go to Kashi and study. It was really live place in those days. Panditas across India would come and debate and discuss and share knowledge. That was done at that point called Gnana Vapi. In the 11th century, one Muslim broke the temple. It was part of the temple where Brahmanas gathered. Broke it and built a mosque. In the 12th century, one Gujarati merchant gave money to rebuild the temple, and somehow they could build. Hindu king was then ruling. Then Muslims came soon after 50-60 years. Then again they broke it. So when Akbar was ruling, Raja Man Singh was his minister, Rajasthan guy, who married his sister or somebody to him. And he was called as Todarmal. Other name was Todarmal. Akbar was little liberal and he persuaded him to build this temple. Again Gujaratis helped, and of course somebody, a king, and he rebuilt the whole temple and this Vapi. Then during the time of Lodi, exactly to be precise, 450 years ago, in 1678 or something, 77, 78, they broke it and built the mosque. So it is called Gnana Vapi Mosque. How can be mosque Gyan Vapi? It is a wrong thing. And as usual, the Muslims claim not only the religious places, they claim the country. It is the thinking, once ruled by Muslim is always Muslim country. So they still feel that India is ours only. It has to be converted to Darul Haram, Darul Islam.
Gazwai.
That is a different. Gazwai Hind is a project. Darul Islam. So it should be Islamic State. And for that there is a Gazwai Hind, the roadmap. And the political development of Bangladesh, and they lost Bangladesh to independent country, these Pakistani rulers, and Bangladesh never is so far not Darul Islam, in a sense that Islamic rules are not followed. They are democratic country. And they are secular on paper, because then they have killed many Hindus and wiped them out also. It was a big jolt for them, they couldn't accept that, Muslims. Then our Ziaul Haq, then the president, and then whole dictators take a vow that we have to finish India. And they could not face us, so they developed the Yahya Khan and then Ziaul Haq, who died recently. What was dictator?
General
General Ziaul Haq. He started this policy of guerrilla war and terrorist. And they created a green corridor. I had those documents way back in
2006 and 7. I spent few sleepless nights also when the information came. I had started this Acharya Sabha work and didn't know what to do. Just connecting Kashmir to Bangladesh. So North Bihar, North UP, Bengal, all are infested by Muslims. It's called Green Crescent Moon. Crescent Moon. So they have conducted, and they started with Kashmir and then Punjab. Kashmir, they got it with deceit. Chief Minister connived. Farooq Abdullah went away to UK and left public at the mercy of terrorists. They publicly butchered, publicly raped, publicly killed women. They gave a mandate, farman, vacate these hours. Nobody could believe. They were living like neighbors and they had relationship like brother, sister, eating, etc. All it was very friendly Kashmir. Even Ahmedabad also, I have seen those friendly things. Bombay, nobody cares, across India, but it was more so in Kashmir. But then people didn't leave, and when they didn't leave, they just did such a heinous crime. Physically cut the woman, publicly raping them. That scholars and things like that. University chancellor was raped publicly. And some women, and so it gave all Indians left. So they got Kashmir. Punjab, they tried elections but couldn't, Penranwala and all that. But they infested drugs. Punjab is a drug. There was a movie, Urda Punjab. And in Man Ki Baat, Narendra Bhai has mentioned twice in the beginning, stop this, we'll come back from the drugs. So they knew Sardars are very fighter and they are in army, so they wanted to finish it off. And way back in 2014, since I moved in that circle, they had demanded, in Indian army there are regiments called Rajputana regiment, Sikh regiment, Gorkha regiment. Why not Muslim regiment? Congress government, thank God they didn't come after that. So there was a movement since 2009-10, and so they want to capture Punjab, and now the Muslims have infiltrated Punjab. Christians are converted Sardars, and all these Kisan are Jali Wali Topi Wala. They are Muslims, they wear pagdi and go, they are paid per day 3,000, 4,000, videos are there, they are negotiating. Per day 3,000 to the main person. I'll get 100 Kisan, 200. So all that is, they are fairly successful now in Punjab. Kashmir they lost. So these Muslims claim the land, and of course those obviously they claim the temple and the mosque. So Gnan Vapi since then is with Muslims, masjid. Now when Modi renovated this temple corridor, it was in Corona time, so there was no media. So for safety's sake, they covered the whole mosque. It was very agonizing. You enter one of the oldest city of India. In Kashi Vishwanath it is said that Lord Shiva is the king of Kashi. Every Hindu has a dream to go to Kashi. All South Indian people, you ask them, they want to go to Kashi. And you enter the temple, right there is a mosque. 9 વાગે કરું છું જરા ક્લાસ 9 વાગે. So it was very agonizing. They didn't leave. So during that time they made huge GST pipe of 4-6 inch diameter closer by. The mosque is hidden. That triggered, and some women asked for this right. It is struck in a legalities. after this Ram Mandir, Narasimha Rao passed a law that all the temples which are there in existence will maintain status quo, whosoever it is, not negotiable. Passed in a parliament. Now that law has to be repaired. And Muslims are taking shelter under that law. It is ours, now done. Even Krishna Janmabhoomi is also same issue, like every city has. And they still claim, they blatantly come on TV. I don't watch, I get all videos to break my head. They come and tell this is our country and will. Even Ram Mandir, children of the age of 13, 14 talk. You build. Hamari sarkar aayegi, our government will come and will finish it off. They say that. They say this. So 14 years old children. Maulvis say blatantly. They have courage to say, I belong to this masjid and I am telling you, whatever you can do, you may do. And about buildings also they say, in villages, people have big buildings, they have some rich and say, okay, build it, after all it's going to be ours. It's very blatant. The Sheikh, all these UP goons, Atik and Sahabuddin, Sarfaraj and all dons, they had divided UP as their fiefdom. I have seen. When they move, like movie, nowadays Hindi movie also has that. It started with our Tamil movies, Tamil and in our Telugu. Don goes, he goes with a fleet of cars. Same model, same color. And like this, dogs, they're having big dogs. The dog will be looking out of window. So like that, some gunmen standing in the car and coming out with a gun, open window. It I have seen physically. I was once in this Devband and Muzaffarnagar, in those areas. I was in a bulletproof car with 2 police car escorts as a Z security. But I really see what mistake did I do to come here? If they know me as a Gujarati, they will kill me first. Because Narendra Modi had gone and finished them. Because they attacked Gujarat and he was then known by then, Modi was. And those dawn at a toll booth, they will send message and all 30 cars, 40 cars will go. It was so insecure that farmers could not leave their buffalo outside. They have a small hut. They have to keep buffalo inside and sleep with buffalo. And that fellow may urinate, throw cow dung. Because if you live outside, gone. And next day you can't discover because it is already butchered. It was real Gundaraj, like what it is in Bengal today. So they have done that, slowly coming back. And now still they have audacity to claim it is our country and you get out of this. Hindus, what a barbaric thinking. Very primitive, stone age thinking they have. There is a debate also, this concept of hurray, all this is not there in Quran. These fellows have created Maulvis. But kafir is there. There is. And that you should kill kafir is there. You should not only kill, first of all, beat him and do that. And if he converts back, God will accept. God is very compassionate. Allah bada dayalu hai, maaf karega. And if he's, after beating also doesn't listen, you put salt in his wounds. It is written. And then if he agrees that Allah bada dayalu hai, all kind of So much of religious indoctrination that people become non-thinker. That way terrorist is indoctrinated person, like Hitler did. It is one kind of same thing. Anyway, legality, people are fighting. Hope something comes up and next time, ab ki baar 400 par, and we can change the constitution, make it a Hindu state. Otherwise, all of us will have only Sri Lanka left to go. No, they are covering everywhere.
So what board is also part of that, right? Like they can say this is my land.
Yeah, Congress passed a law, but it was, so far they went and now challenged in the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said you can't do that. There is a stay against it. It is true they had that power. Exploiting that power, they have taken over so many lands. And see this, I don't know how people will take. That's what I feel. Bureaucracy. A law enforcing agency always works true to the ruler of the day. They are honest to the ruler. If it is Congress rule, they will follow Congress ideology and policy. If it is communist, they will follow that. Now it is Modi, so that they are now working like that. And then initiative and supporting and all that. But still that old mindset and fear is there. Because if I do something, take a strict action, and then they will make riots and my career will get spoiled, my CR spoiled, so they are hesitating. So, and sometimes political bosses don't have will to enforce the law. So, down below, bureaucracy also don't.
Nobody is enforcing.
That's why the police is strong. And therefore they are tolerating no nonsense. But like Hemanta Biswa, that Assam chief minister, he is also like that. Calling a spade as a spade, so it works. And they have stopped these mics, but in Gujarat it is still there. They cannot play mics. No religious place can. Today only the person who had come when you were standing, I don't know, you saw him or not.
Yeah.
This fellow, he came to seek my blessing. He is sponsoring loudspeakers at every Hanuman temple. He said, we have this, I know that area in Rajkot, that is there. Now I am reconstructing the temple, and then there is one mic there. So we are going to 4 loudspeakers in 4 directions. When they start there, we will start Hanuman Chalisa. Yeah, that's the only way out. You can see still the mics there in our ashram, in office.
Yeah.
You see that?
It was there.
It is still there.
Still there, but now it is not playing.
That's what it is. Maybe removed, I don't know. I had to do. They were playing this. Allah nonsense. So I got high sound microphones. They stopped, I stopped. It's only way out.
But some in Mississauga, in Ramadan, they are saying we were about to do that. They got the money to buy the politicians.
Government. You see that politician, remember, bureaucracy is always honest to the ruler. Now you can, in a harsh words, you say that bureaucracy is, though independent pillar, but it is not independent. They say there are 3: bureaucracy, judiciary, and elected members. There are 3 pillars of the democratic country. And they call the 4th pillar is media. But they are also buyable. It's open secret. If you say, you cannot prove, but then everybody knows they are buyable. So, this is all, I guess, Kali Yuga coming. It's not a problem of Mississauga, it is US also. In Princeton, where Nipa says, there is a big mosque. And now they have to keep police. And on weekends and these Fridays, my God, the half road is closed. They keep parking. They don't let you celebrate by blocking the road. But every weekend it is there. They demanded, I know these commissioners, I met commissioner of New York Municipal Corporation, or whatever they call New York State or what. He has office across United Nations. He happens to be Guju. He might have heard about me and then he expressed that I met him. They were asking half a day break in the school. He stalled it. Hindus, he said, Swamiji, do something that Hindus can unite. Help me. Everywhere. And somehow they don't maintain that culture and they don't mingle. You know, these Parsis, when came to Gujarat, they had promised the king. We know only that story, that king sent the vessel full of milk, implying that there is no space. They sent it back, adding sugar. And there was an agreement. They promised that we will wear Gujarati dress. We will speak Gujarati. So today also Parsis will speak Gujarati. Our Bombay Gujaratis don't. Parsis speak. And Parsi women wear saris. So they are used to skirt. But you can make out she doesn't know how to wear. But they will wear. They will take part in Gujarati festivals. That they don't do. Muslims just doesn't do. In fact, I told this in Pravasi Gujarati event. All diaspora had come across India, across the world. I said, we are proud of you. Each Gujarati is an ambassador of India to foreign countries. Nowhere you will find a complaint about Gujaratis. They all mix up well. So also these Japanese people, they are all respected across the world, but not Chinese. Because they mix up the respect culture where they are. They maintain dignity. Now they are just bulldozing. Very aggressive. I hope something comes up. See, all this will go only when there is awareness within themselves. Resentment within themselves about their religion, not otherwise. You can't break them. But they are fanatic to die for dharma. What you can do? Nothing. Unless they take up, they discover, exactly like this slavery. Slaves before 150 years before, they couldn't do anything. They could not fight the whites. But it was white who said that this should be abolished. You might be knowing it was Abraham Lincoln. There was a war of North American United States, North and South. Confederation and two armies, they were given names. The people from the California and Midwest or Confederation Army, this was called something. The battle took place in Gettysburg. He lives in the place where there are some historical events, how they crossed the river, the whole history is there. That is there. And whatever I read, I don't have time much, but I've come across these guys. The slaves, blacks said, we will fight for you. They said, no, we will fight, we don't need. So not a single black participated in a war against slavery. If you go to Gettysburg, when you go to ashram, it is worth visiting. They have all memorials. 50,000 soldiers died 130-40 years ago when this technology was not there. And this Poconos is full of ice and cold temperature. I don't know how they fought. 50,000. And when the war, unless they won it, therefore it remained United States of 51. Otherwise it would have been clear to division. And on 13th or 12th day, sentences came out which whole world studies. Democracy is for the people, of the people and by the people. He spoke there. And soon after that, within a fortnight, he was shot dead when he went to see a movie. Those days, with how they survived, when there was no room heaters, on the horses they fought, no roads. What?
Gettysburg is in Washington.
No, Gettysburg is in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
That other Gettysburg. That's a problem. In America, every town has half a dozen. Every street, there are everywhere you will find this drive and this. And everywhere you will find the same buildings and everything is same. You go there, all crossroads, this, that. You don't see any variety. Here, every cow is different. You get every citizen is different. You get so monotonous. Names, streets, buildings, everywhere same drive and all kinds of things are same. So this is Pennsylvania. Our Kiran stays there, Dr. Kiran. And he took me there.
But on this other issue, the brainwashing takes place in madrasas. So is there a way to stop that? Like Vishwas has done it, right?
Oh,
There's Assam Chief Minister, Hemanta Vishwas.
Hemanta Vishwas.
Yeah.
Thing is, country is a secular country. It is a fundamental right that you can follow any religion and preach any religion. What can you do? Chief Minister may stop, grant to such institution. But privately somebody sponsors you. Just as suppose tomorrow government stops any money to temples. Of course they are not giving. But then suppose it is so. But I can build my own. What can you do? So unless this is to, there is a lot of hope, there is a lot of changes taking place, just don't despair. First thing is learn. This is personal advice and command if you want. Guru's Agna. Because I have been a victim of this. For 3-4 years, I have spent such a stressful period. So many nights I could not sleep. Because Congress ruling and day in and day out I get all this news. For 1 month I stopped my email. Used to get all mails. Even today I find the same. If you see WhatsApp, 95+% WhatsApp. I mean, there are 2 categories only. One, good morning, good evening, temple darshan, and beating the chest, chhati kutwana. Muslims did this. This happened to Indian Hindu women. This temple broken. These cows have been slaughtered. All that kind of news. Nobody writes what you can do. They are creating pain in you. You don't want to act. And every 3rd day I get petitions. Swamiji, this is the problem, you should address. Tu karish doba. What will you do? They think it is a responsibility of Paramatmananda. Even Even our Acharya Sabha members forward me. Swamiji, do something. I said, you are Acharya. You do. Why you put every basket on my shoulder? Everybody does it. And then they say, Swamiji, you are doing great work. I say, help me. Nobody wants to help me. Secondly, some of them are overwise. You are doing great work. But Swamiji, we miss you. You are such a good teacher. I will start teaching. Who will do this? Help me. Nobody wants to do this. Is a typical Indian mentality. Chati Kutvana message. Nobody talks of something. I am doing this. Inspirational message. And this can start. Nothing. And I have this, what you can say, wrong habit. I always think of solution. I don't want to cry over the problem. I get irritated, that what's the use of wretched news? Think of solution. And nobody wants to do. So don't, and of these WhatsApps, I have that sense now developed with this experience. One thing you should know, what you read the news and what is a fact is totally different. Political discussions I hear, people are becoming so aggressive, one side this, other. I know the real story. None of them is true. I have to develop Sakshi Bhava. 90% truth you don't know. And so never discuss politics. And of this news I can make out that 40-50%, and in my case 80%, I get those, are made up news. It is bogus. Or the old one. Some 2012. That WhatsApp I had in 2012. That email. And now it rotates. Some of the emails, this is called narrative. There are agencies who can send mass WhatsApps, mass emails. And same thing gets circulated to create a feeling. That is why artificial intelligence is very dangerous. AI can change the whole thinking of the society. Whole character by sending crafted messages. Keva message kaise? Those pictures, cropped pictures. But message is also, there is a word. They do that. WhatsApp, and every month somebody adds me. I have some 5,000, 6,000 contacts. I have to give somewhere, and then they make a group and add me. So I have to have patience, because if I remove immediately, they call. Why, Swamiji, you are not in a group? And slowly I have to keep deleting groups. Unnecessary. It is a disease. Yesterday that deputy CM came. She might matter. Diya Kumari. Of course, there were local MP and local ex-minister and party president were supposed to escort her because she was on a semi-state, semi-party visit. But before she came, the news, somehow in the newspaper it appeared. So they have to give it to police for escorts and security. Media have connection in police, so they discovered where she is going. So it was first visit to Swami Paramatmananda. 12 guys had come here. By the time we finished lunch, they were here. They said, well, I am this Samiti member, I am that. And We have been told by party president to receive Diya Kumari here. I said, she is coming to my ashram. How are you going to receive her? Lying, so that they can hang on. And few of them just took a picture. When you greet, there is the camera. Everybody has posted her visit on Facebook, on X, on that podcast, except me, for whom she had come. I didn't get time to post, and I don't care. All they send me post. The disease. Some Swamis, Jai Bholai, he has gone to Somnath. Why you send your picture? Jai Bholai and all. And he will go to ocean and then make mudra, take picture. Every day I get some 600-700 WhatsApp. I am the most inactive person. And then some of them I delete it out straight. I know, okay, yes, I hear. Kya kar? Disease. Want to take picture and I was with so and so. Where is it?
You need to have a secretary to
Huh?
You need to have a secretary to just watch your WhatsApp.
Better not, he will break my head. Why should he break? He will break his head and tell me. So I decided I don't want that anything. There is a tremendous pressure on me. In fact, Amit Bhai himself told me, Narendra Bhai, why are you not active on social media? How can I tell him that I have to keep 2 secretaries if I do that? And everybody, Swamiji, you are doing great work. Jai Shri Krishna. Paisa and Bhai. Nobody wants to help. Somehow, and all negative news. This happened, that happened, and bogus, fake news. They blow the things out of proportion. Maybe some small might have happened. Blow it out.
Why they have to send to you, Swamiji?
There are a few groups, where I am. And there are some so much concerned Hindus. They get news and they are pained. So where to vomit the pain? Paramatmananda. Some news come like that, some come by group. Somebody somewhere, suddenly, oh, Swamiji, this is happening. Please do something. I am not Sarvashaktiman. I am not Krishna having many Krishnas I can create. Tomorrow is yours or some? No?
My question that was there, I withdrew.
Withdrew?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you answered more than enough in class today.
But I am happy only to know that, otherwise out of resentment, not answer. Withdraw the support. I'll take one. It's already 9. There are some pending. Today I didn't go up after the class. I'm here only with visitors and little walk. 1/3 of my routine walk I could do. At the arrival of Brahma's day begins. Stationary and movable originated from the unmanifest, and when the night falls, they dissolve in the same. Yes. It is not only at the arrival of the day. During one day, there are 14 Manus. So now, that is the period, maybe his day is of 14 hours, not 12 hours. So that is called Vaivasvat Manvantare. They do Sankalpa. And during each Manu there are pralayas. And during Brahmaji's night there is Mahapralaya. Everything is Bijavastha. Current Srishti is 13.7 billion years and Brahma's day is 4.32 billion years and night the same. Yes. Can you shed light on why current has existed beyond the day of Brahma? It is not. Or 13.7 billion years. It is 4. You see, what science says today is 13 billion and 14 billion. They work on certain assumptions. And those assumptions need not be true. And secondly, our calculation of Brahma's days also can be different. The day scale, as other day I mentioned, is different from different lokas to different lokas. And therefore, and suppose it is wrong, let us accept that Srishti existed before. The Tatparya is not to talk about the day and night. Tatparya is to talk about Utpatti, Sthiti and Pralaya. That's all it is. Like people telling, I had a questions 3 times at different time, 3 times at different venue and different times after my Gita lecture. Swamiji, how much will it take to complete Gita when we study from you? American style. I would say minimum you have to attend classes for 5 to 6 years. Even if I take thrice a week, it takes so much of classes because actually 35 to 45 weeks we work and every year 100 classes. So minimum, so 100, 120 classes. So 5 years I take, then it becomes 600 classes and Gita is 700 verses. So it takes that much. There are few verses I can take quickly, but generally 1 verse a day and some verses take more. So you should be ready for 5 to 7 years. Oh, it takes 5, 7 years. That means so many hours. I said, yes, so many hours. Nice, we'll have to study, very demanding and like that. Then, Swamiji, when Gita was taught, genuine expression. So I tell it was Mahabharata war. But when? Very first day, before the war began. Now you say it takes 600 classes for a war. How can be in Mahabharata? It was on the very first day before the war. Bakri Dibbe and then come. Even then some other questions. How to justify this? I used to tell him, it can be justified. If Krishna can create day out of night and night out of day, he can do this gimmick also. Gujarat gap lai gaya 600 kalak. He would have swallowed and made sure. Then I have to tell him that Gita is not taught by this local Paramatma. It was original Paramatma. And was not studied by you, it was studied by Arjuna. He didn't require a commentary. I am giving explanation. It's a dialogue, just chanting. So can be finished in 2 hours. I say, whether it was a history or not, we say it's a Krishna, it was Krishna taught. But suppose it is Vyasa's imagination. Then also you study. Gita removes your ignorance. And that's your problem. Whether your ignorance is gone through a historical book or fiction book, why do you care for that? Just study. Similarly, this Utpatti Sthiti is not a Tatparya. Tatparya is to discover this is how creation is cyclic. In the dissolution state, anything is in a seed form. Everything is in a seed form, including time and space, yes. What triggers the germination of the seeds? At this stage, all gunas are in equilibrium, yes. Maya is in silent, all gunas are in equilibrium. I think I have answered this in class. Karma phalas trigger the creation, germination. As such, there is no germination, they just sprout, like an animated movie, sprouting. So, time and space and objectivity, area, etc. is created by God depending upon samasti karma phalas, jivas. Lokas are also created. We are not sure. This is the only loka. The whole universe, that Carl Sagan book, it is infinite. There is one very nice series also was there. He is astrophysicist, has written a book. Is endlessly vast. Now and then you hear a news. Some 14 billion light years, some billion light years ago, star has been found. You know only that. How far it is. So you have a news of an old newspaper. How long? 14 billion old. Because light traveled this much. That too light years. Forget about human year. So there is possibility. Type of karma phalas different. So Bhagavan may have different lokas. So I don't deny the possibility of other beings in other lokas. We have only wisdom of solar system. That's all we can know. Maybe, who knows? Whatever it is, even in that loka, if they have a mind similar to human mind, they will need Gita. Fundamental problem is there. Whether you are a worker or an officer or CEO of a company or a film star or an artist or public speaker or neta, problem is same. In spite of all achievement, I am incomplete. That's a problem. Men or women, young or old, I am not okay. That's a problem. Self-dissatisfaction. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.